Let me say this clearly, you are not watching this by accident. If you think you just stumbled on this video, think again. This is divine interruption. A heaven-sent message, straight to your screen, because God has something urgent to say to you. You've been praying. You've been crying behind closed doors. You've been walking around with a brave face while your heart screams for answers. And here's the truth. No one has told you lately God sees you. God hears you. And God knows exactly what you need. But here's the mistake most people make. They think that because things haven't happened yet, God must have forgotten. They assume silence means absence. They confuse delay with denial. And I've been there. Oh, I've walked through seasons where I questioned if heaven had gone silent on me. But what I didn't realize back then is that silence often comes before the shift, before the transfer, before the miracle. So, if you're listening to this right now, I need you to hear me as if God Himself is speaking to your spirit. Don't click away. Don't scroll past. Don't let the enemy distract you. Because if you watch until the end of this message, something in your spirit is going to wake up. Something is going to shift. Faith is going to rise. Peace is going to fill your heart. And you'll know without a doubt, God is preparing a divine transfer just for you. So let me ask you this, are you ready to receive it? Are you really ready to understand what God is doing behind the scenes? Because I'm not here to play games. And not here to waste your time with fluff. This is not another motivational video. This is a spiritual encounter. So, take a deep breath. Block out the noise. And let this word go deep into your soul. Because God is about to reveal something powerful. Something life-changing. Something that explains why the wait has been so long, why the pressure has been so intense, and why it's all been built into this moment. A divine transfer is coming. But first, you need to understand the why, the when, and the how of God's process. Let's begin. You think God hasn't seen what you've been through. And why is this word finding you now, right in the middle of your struggle? Stay with me, because heaven is about to read your mail out loud. You don't have to say a word. He already knows. God knows the ache you carry. He knows the weight behind your smile, the storm behind your silence. There are cries inside you that you can't even express, not to friends, not to family, not even in prayer. But He hears them. He hears what you don't have the strength to say out loud. He reads between your words. He feels the tears you fight back when no one's watching. You may feel like no one understands, but you are fully known. You are fully seen. You are not invisible to heaven. I've had moments where I felt completely overlooked, like I was screaming into a sky that stayed silent. People passed by like everything was fine, while I was breaking on the inside. Maybe you've been there too. Maybe you're there right now. But I need you to understand this with everything in you. God sees deeper than your words. He sees past the image you try to hold together for others. He's not limited like people are. He doesn't need you to explain yourself. He already knows. He knows what you need, how urgently you need it, and why it matters so deeply to your soul. That's why Matthew 6:8 says, "Your Father knows the things you have need of before you ask Him." Before you even open your mouth. Before you find the words. Before you collapse into that prayer, He knows. And He cares. You are not forgotten. You are not lost in the crowd. You are not too complicated for God to understand. He is your Creator. He formed you in secret in the quiet place before time began. And because He made you, He knows exactly what will bring you peace, restoration, and breakthrough. Sometimes we think we have to earn His attention. Like maybe if we cry harder or pray longer, then maybe He'll notice us. But that's not how your Father works. He's not distant. He's not careless. He's not hard of hearing. He's near to the brokenhearted. He leans in when your spirit is tired. And get this, Isaiah 65:24 says, "Before they call, I will answer. While they are still speaking, I will hear." That's how deeply invested God is in your life. He moves before your words reach Him. While the request is still forming in your mouth, the answer is already in motion. You see, His awareness of your needs isn't passive. It's not just that He knows. He's working. He's moving in the background. He's aligning the right people, the right timing, the right resources. He's not stalling. He's preparing. You might not see it yet, but that doesn't mean it's not happening. Just because you don't feel it doesn't mean He's not active. There are things shifting that your eyes haven't seen, but your spirit will soon testify about. Let me say it again. Your needs are not hidden from God. Even when others overlook you, even when they walk past your pain, even when no one checks on you, your Father in heaven is locked in on every detail of your life. He knows the timing. He knows the depth. He knows the urgency. And He knows how to deliver what you need, not just at the right time, but in the right way, in the right place, for the right purpose. When I look back at some of the lowest points in my life, I can now see how God's hand never lifted. I didn't understand it at the time. I questioned Him. I doubted Him. I even got angry. But now I realize He wasn't ignoring me. He was protecting me. He was maturing me. He was preparing me. Because what I thought I needed in that moment wasn't what my soul truly required, and what He eventually gave me. It was more than I imagined. So I am telling you this today, not as someone who read a few verses and got inspired. I'm speaking as someone who lived through the silence, who survived the confusion, and came out on the other side with a testimony. God knows what you need. Not just the surface level stuff, not just the obvious things. He knows what your soul needs. He knows what your future requires. And He is not late. But if He knows what you need, then why hasn't it come yet? Before you assume He's forgotten, let me show you what's really happening in the waiting. I know how it feels when you're waiting and nothing seems to move. It's like time slows down and you're stuck in the middle of a promise and a problem. You pray, you fast, you hope, but the breakthrough still hasn't come. You start to wonder, did I miss something? Did God change His mind? Am I being punished? Let me tell you with all the power and clarity in me, no, you are not forgotten. And no, this delay is not a denial. It's a setup. A divine setup for something bigger than you can imagine. You see, God is not bound by your clock. He doesn't operate on deadlines. What feels late to you is perfectly aligned in heaven's timeline. You may be staring at a door that hasn't opened yet, but God is behind the scenes building a palace, not just opening a door. He's not ignoring your prayers. He's preparing the answer to match the weight of what you've asked for. I've had to learn this the hard way. There were seasons I begged God to move. I cried out with everything in me, wondering why nothing was shifting. But looking back, I can see now, His silence wasn't rejection. It was construction. He was working behind the scenes, aligning people, softening hearts, opening paths I didn't even know existed. And when the moment came, it all happened suddenly, because it was always meant to happen at the appointed time. Habakkuk 2:3 says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, though it tarries. Wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not delay." That scripture hit me different when I realized God doesn't rush masterpieces. He's not just giving you something to survive with. He's preparing something that will shift your entire destiny. And sometimes, the longer the wait, the greater the weight of what's coming. Waiting seasons are not wasted seasons. This is where God does some of his most powerful work. In the waiting, your roots grow deeper. Your character gets tested. Your faith gets refined. You learn to hear his voice more clearly. You become strong in the silence. That's why Ecclesiastes 3:11 says, "He has made everything beautiful in its time." Not your time, his time. And when it happens in his time, it doesn't fall apart. It doesn't come with anxiety. It comes with peace. Listen, I know the world has taught you that if it doesn't happen fast, it's not working. But in the kingdom of God, slow doesn't mean stuck. Delay doesn't mean denial. When God is taking his time, it's because he's setting you up for a blessing you can't handle yet. He's enlarging your faith. He's protecting your future. He's testing your trust. If you could see what he's arranging for you behind the scenes, you'd stop worrying and start worshiping. So I dare you, right now, thank him for the wait. Thank him for what hasn't shown up yet. Because faith doesn't celebrate only when the miracle appears. Faith celebrates while you're waiting, knowing your God has never failed, and he's not about to start with you. So, keep holding on. Keep standing. Keep believing. Because when the appointed time comes, nothing will be able to stop what God has ordained. God doesn't just give blessings. He prepares people. You're not being denied, you're being developed. Let me show you why. Let me tell you something that will change how you view your current season. God won't give you what your character can't carry. He's not just focused on blessing your life. He's committed to building your strength. He's not a careless giver. He doesn't drop gold into fragile hands. Before the divine transfer comes, there must be divine preparation. You might feel like you're in the shadows right now. Like no one sees you, no one's applauding, and nothing around you is changing. But listen carefully. This hidden place is holy ground. This is where giants are forged. This is where faith gets real. This is where God increases your capacity so that when the blessing comes, it doesn't crush you, it crowns you. I remember asking God, "Why haven't you given me the breakthrough yet?" I'm ready. But he showed me I wasn't ready. I wanted the platform without the preparation. I wanted the gift without the grind. I wanted the blessing without the burden. But God is too good to give you something that will destroy you. So instead, he trains you. He shapes you. He stretches you. Luke 16:10 reminds us, "If you are faithful in little, you will be faithful in much." That's not just a lesson, it's a lifestyle. God watches how you handle the small before he releases the overflow. How you treat the hidden seasons determines what you receive in the public ones. Sometimes we think the quiet seasons are a punishment, but they're actually a promotion in disguise. That's where integrity is built. That's where discipline is formed. That's where God tests your faith when no one is watching. He's asking, can you be faithful when it's not flashy? Can you trust me when it doesn't make sense? Can you keep walking when you can't see the way? 1 Peter 5:10 says, "After you have suffered a little while, God himself will restore you and make you strong, firm and steadfast. Did you catch that? Suffering doesn't mean you're being abandoned. It means you're being strengthened. And what comes after that strengthening? Restoration, promotion, divine transfer. So don't despise the preparation. That pain, it's part of your process. That delay, it's developing your depth. That silence, it's growing your spirit. God is building the kind of strength that doesn't just receive the blessing, it sustains it. You are not being overlooked. You are being trained for something bigger. You are being carved out for purpose. And when the transfer comes, you'll be able to look back and say, now I understand why it took so long. God wasn't punishing me. He was preparing me. But what happens when the preparation is complete? The hand of God moves, and when He moves, nothing can stop it. The shift is about to be revealed. Let me say this loud and clear. What's about to happen in your life will not come by your own strength. It won't be because of your connections, your qualifications, or your hustle. No. This next move, the shift that's coming, is by the hand of God alone. A divine transfer. And when it happens, everyone around you will know. It wasn't luck, it wasn't coincidence. It was the undeniable, unstoppable favor of God. You've been faithful in the unseen. You've endured the silent seasons. You've allowed God to shape you in private. And now, He's about to reward you in public. The transfer is coming, but not in the way you expect. It won't come through the channels you've been watching. It won't arrive through the sources you assume. God is going to bless you from unexpected places, through people you didn't see coming at a time you thought He was done. Proverbs 13:22 tells us, the wealth of the sinner is stored up for the righteous. That means what others mishandled, God is going to transfer into the hands of those who walk with Him. This isn't just about money. It's about influence, opportunity, favor, platforms, territory, peace, and purpose. And what's coming is meant for you. Heaven has your name written on it. You don't have to fight your way in. You don't have to beg or manipulate. God can shift the entire situation in one moment. In a single night, Joseph went from prison to palace. One conversation took Esther from orphan to queen. One dream took Daniel from captivity to influence. And the same God who moved then is moving now. For you. Isaiah 45:3 declares, I will give you the treasures of darkness and hidden riches of secret places. You may feel like you've been stuck in a dark place, but even in that darkness, God has been storing up treasure. And now, it's being released. He's transferring what was hidden. He's unlocking what's been held back. And when He gives it, no man can reverse it. This isn't about chasing blessings. It's about walking in alignment. When you follow God, blessings follow you. Doors open that no man can shut. Resources come from places you never imagined. And here's the best part. When God gives, no one can take it away. You don't have to worry about enemies blocking it. You don't have to fear people stealing it. What God has assigned to your name is already yours. All you have to do is stay in position. Stay in faith. Stay obedient. Because when the divine transfer hits, it will be sudden, supernatural, and secure. But before the transfer drops, something even more powerful must settle in your spirit. This is where most people miss it. You cannot skip this next part. Before the promise shows up, before the doors open, before the divine transfer drops into your life, God will give you peace. And I know that's not what you were expecting. I know you wanted the breakthrough to come first. You wanted the money, the healing, the open door, the call back, the relationship restored. But hear me, God's order is not like the world's order. In the kingdom, peace comes before provision. Why? Because peace anchors you when the blessing comes, so the blessing doesn't shake you. You see, without peace, you'll get the very thing you prayed for and still feel empty. Without peace, the miracle will come and you'll sabotage it with anxiety, overthinking, fear, and insecurity. You'll wonder if you're worthy. You'll stress over whether it'll last. You'll panic about how to keep it. That's why God gives you peace first, so you can receive what He's giving without falling apart. I remember waiting on God for something big. I was desperate, hungry, frustrated. I thought if He would just answer me, everything in me would feel better. But when He didn't show up on my schedule, I got restless, angry, anxious. I started questioning everything, my faith, my future, even my worth. And that's when God whispered something I'll never forget. He said, "You want the answer. I want you to trust me before it comes. I want you to rest before you receive." That wrecked me, because I realized my eyes were more focused on the blessing than on the one who blesses. I wanted relief more than I wanted relationship. But real faith, the kind that moves mountains, trusts in the dark. Real faith says, even if I don't see it yet, I know my God is good. I know He's working. I know He's faithful. Philippians 4:6-7 tells us exactly how to respond when anxiety tries to take over. It says, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus." You catch that? Peace is the guard. It's the shield. It comes before the answer arrives, and it protects your heart while you wait. You want to be ready for what God is about to release. Then let Him fill you with peace first. Let Him teach you how to breathe again. Let Him show you how to rest, not just physically, but spiritually. You don't have to panic through the season. You don't have to rehearse your worst fears every night before bed. You can rest. Why? Because the God who started a good work in you is faithful to finish it. Isaiah 26:3 says, "You will keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on you, because he trusts in you." That's the secret. Keep your mind stayed on Him, not on the timeline, not on the outcome, not on what others are saying. Fix your thoughts on God. Let your faith be louder than your fear. Let your hope rise higher than your doubt. Peace isn't just a feeling. It's a weapon. It protects you from the attacks of impatience, stress, and discouragement. It guards your heart from quitting too soon. And when you carry peace before the possession, you'll recognize the blessing when it comes. You'll be able to hold it without trembling. So take a deep breath right now. Close your eyes if you need to. And just say this: "God, I trust you. I don't have it yet, but I have you." And that's enough. Because peace before provision is the proof that your soul is anchored. Peace has come. Now it's time to move. Not with hesitation, but with bold expectation. Let's walk it out, step by step, faith first. You've waited. You've wept. You've been in the fire. But now, it's time to walk. It's time to move forward. Not with fear, not with hesitation, but with faith and expectation. Because what you believe about God in this moment will shape how you experience the future He's already prepared for you. I know how easy it is to get stuck in survival mode, to stay in that place of maybe it won't happen or maybe I don't deserve it. But you weren't created to live in hesitation. You weren't made to walk on eggshells, scared the next step might be a mistake. You are called. You are chosen. You are equipped. And now is the time to rise. Hebrews 11:1 defines faith like this. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. That means even if you don't see it yet, if God said it, it's already real in the spiritual realm. Your job is not to make it happen. Your job is to move like it's already happening. Speak life. Stand strong. Pray bold. Declare truth. Don't just wish. Expect. Expect doors to open. Expect hearts to shift. Expect miracles to manifest. Because your faith isn't in the outcome. Your faith is in the one who controls the outcome. And when you walk forward in that kind of confidence, the atmosphere around you shifts. You stop reacting to fear and start responding to faith. You stop settling for crumbs and start claiming what's yours. You stop walking like a victim and start moving like a child of the King. Because that's who you are. And your what? Your bold, faith-filled walk is the evidence that you believe the transfer is not a possibility, but a promise in motion. 1 Corinthians 2:9 says, "What no eye has seen, what no ear has heard, and what no human mind has conceived, the things God has prepared for those who love Him." Let that verse settle into your spirit. God has prepared something for you that nobody saw coming. And all He's asking from you right now is this: don't quit. Don't doubt. Don't look back. Walk. You may not have every answer. You may still feel uncertain. But that's okay. Faith doesn't need clarity. It needs obedience. And when you keep walking in obedience, you'll walk straight into the very thing you were praying for. Your testimony is being written right now. And when the divine transfer arrives, because it will, you're going to have a story that encourages others. You're going to lift others out of the same pit God lifted you from. You'll be living proof that waiting is never wasted and faith is never foolish. So, don't shrink. Don't stall. Step forward. Speak up. Stand tall. Because heaven is backing you. The same God who knows your needs, who measured your tears, who carried you through the fire, is now launching you into the fulfillment of every promise. This is not the end. This is the beginning of manifestation. So walk like it's already yours. You've waited. You've walked through silence. You stood in faith when it would have been easier to quit. And now, this moment is not just the end of a message. It's the beginning of something divine. Right here, right now, let's step into prayer together. Wherever you are, I want you to speak this out loud with me. Don't just listen. Participate. Let this be your turning point. Let this prayer activate the divine transfer that's already coming your way. Repeat after me. Father, you are God above all things. You see what I cannot. You know what I don't. You are never confused, never late, never unsure. And today, I acknowledge you as the one who knows exactly what I need. I submit my thoughts, my timing, my logic, and my assumptions. Because I believe you know better. You've already seen the path, already written the ending, already prepared the promise. So I let go of control and I surrender to your wisdom. Father, I release everything I've been carrying in silence. The pressure, the worry, the fear of being forgotten, the tired prayers, the moments I wanted to give up, the times I smiled in public but broke down in private. I give you my disappointment, my discouragement, and my delays. I lay them at your feet, because they are too heavy for me, but they are never too heavy for you. I refuse to carry what you've already promised to handle. Father, I declare today, I trust your timing. Even when it doesn't feel fast enough, even when I don't understand the delay, you're not punishing me, you're preparing me. So I speak it out. My waiting is not wasted. You are working while I worship. And I choose to believe that what you're doing in secret is greater than what I can see right now. Father, I remember who I am. I am chosen. I am called. I am seen. I am secure. I am not forgot you. I am not disqualifying. You created me with purpose. You are shaping me with fire. Even when I feel hidden, I'm still held by you. Even when I feel small, I carry your spirit within me. I align my identity with your truth, and I silence every lie that says I'm not enough. Father, today, I activate my faith. I speak life over my future. I speak breakthrough over my situation. I speak divine movement into motion right now. I declare the divine transfer is not far off. It's already on its way. It's already being released. I walk in expectation. I live in bold belief, because what you have for me will find me. Now, Father, I open my hands. I open my heart. I open my spirit. I receive what you've prepared. I receive the blessing. I receive the favor. I receive the increase. I receive the open doors, the divine connections, the wealth transfer, the restoration. Let the treasures hidden in darkness be revealed in my life. Let what's been held back be released. Let the shift begin and let it never be reversed. I seal this in the name above all names, Jesus Christ. And I declare it is done. Amen. Don't move just yet, because what God is unlocking in your life isn't finished. It's just beginning. There's something divine still unfolding, and I need you to catch it in your spirit before the enemy distracts you. Stay close. Stay awake. There's more glory to be revealed. If this message stirred your soul, then hear this. You're not just watching. You're a part of the movement. You have a role in carrying this word beyond yourself. When you give through Super Thanks, membership, or PayPal, you are sowing seed into spiritual ground where broken hearts are being healed and divine transfers are being released. Every dollar is a key in the kingdom, unlocking manna for someone else's wilderness. God says in His word, "Give, and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together and running over." Luke 6:38. This isn't charity, it's covenant. I believe some of you are being prompted by God right now to move in faith, not just with words, but with action. So if this word blessed you, and you feel the Spirit nudging your heart, don't wait. Release your gift into this anointed soil and watch God multiply it back into your life in ways that only He can. Click the link in the description and sow into this prophetic flow now. If this word lit something in your spirit, then hit hype right now to let the algorithm know that divine content matters. This isn't just a video, it's a voice, and you can help echo that voice into every corner of the internet. And yes, smash that like button too, because this message may be exactly what someone else is praying for in secret. Declare it boldly in the comments. I receive my divine transfer. Let your faith speak before the manifestation shows up. And if you have a specific prayer request, drop it below. We're not just building a channel here. We're building an altar. You're not alone in this. We are praying, standing, and believing with you. Don't scroll in silence. Engage in faith. The presence of God flows through consistency. Don't let this be a one-time encounter. Make prayer your lifestyle. Subscribe to this channel. Amen.